For the past many years, Oxford has ranked as one of the top, if not the top university in the world for engineering. And having studied my bachelor's and master's there for the past 4 years, I think I know why. If you don't want to watch the whole video, I'll explain it now in 3 steps. 1 is the course, the structure of the syllabus that we go through. 2 is the insane workload that they give us, that the students have to do over the 4 years. And 3 is the people, the elite students that you're surrounded by and the professors that work there. I'll explain in detail now exactly those 3 steps. So number 1, the course. Unlike a lot of other universities that let you apply straight from high school into a specific field, Oxford's course, which is called Engineering Science, makes you study all aspects of all types of engineering before you get to specialize. And this, in my opinion, is for 2 reasons. Firstly, because Oxford doesn't really trust an 18-year-old's decision for specializing into a specific type of engineering straight after high school. Up until the age of 18, you just haven't had enough exposure to different types of engineering to be able to make an informed decision about which one exactly you want to go into. High school maths and physics shows some areas of what engineering fields could look like, but definitely not enough for you to then know if you will like, enjoy, or be good at them at university. So what Oxford chooses to do instead is make you a great general engineer for the first 2 years, after which you can then stop, have a think, see what you're good at, see what subjects you like, and then make an informed decision into which areas you'd like to focus on in your 3rd and 4th year to continue your studies into the bachelor's and master's degree. And the second reason, which I think a lot of people forget, especially engineering students, is that all engineering is connected. You cannot just separate it out into distinct fields. A great engineer understands all parts of the engineering discipline, from civil to electrical to mechanical. And that's what Oxford is really trying to train you to be. A great engineer. It means that later on in the course, in your 3rd and 4th year, in your projects and dissertation, you can use the tools that you've learned from your 1st and 2nd year in completely different fields and apply them in novel and innovative ways into the work that you do. They want you to leave Oxford with a big toolbox of knowledge and skills to be able to tackle any problem that a project or a career will throw at you. Number 2, the second reason why Oxford is the best university in the world for engineering is the sheer workload. So essentially you're doing a bachelor's and a master's degree in 2 years in order to specialize into your field. It's not exactly like that, but it gives you a sense of the speed at which we had to learn in those 4 years. Trust me, if you had friends or family go to different universities, it will be nothing like that. Whatever they say about the university experience is completely different at Oxford. It really feels like every second counts there. There's not an hour that goes by where you're either working on a problem or thinking about a problem from one of your tutorial sheets or projects. Oxford engineering really is about mastering the course, and the only way to master it is to put hours and hours and hours into it, which these days seems to be a bit of a lost art. But there's no shortcuts, there's no easy way of doing it. Putting hours of work into it is just the only way to get better at engineering. To give a little bit of perspective about the workload and the speed at which we learn there, to get into Oxford, you're recommended to take further maths, A-level. And some students don't, but Oxford says that they'll catch up all the students who didn't do further maths within the first year. This is a complete lie. They caught them up in 2 weeks. So 2 years worth of A-level further maths was covered in the first 2 weeks of Oxford. And then the students are expected to just all perform the same as if they all had A-level further maths. So they taught a 2-year A-level course in 2 weeks at Oxford. Oxford engineering really is about speed. The professors fly through content like it's nothing, and you are just expected to catch up. And if you struggle, they don't really slow down for you. For me, naturally, I was always a little bit on the slow side of learning, and I found this pace incredibly difficult to keep up with. And for the 4 years that I went there, I didn't really have weekends. I had to work through the holidays as if they were just normal terms, just to keep up with the workload. But this is normal, actually. A lot of students are in this position at Oxford. And now looking back, I think that is why the selection process is so long and rigorous. It's because they really want the students that can keep up with the workload. And not in a bad way. They would rather not let you in right at the start and crush your dreams just a little bit than let you in, see you struggle for a year, and sort of slowly crush your confidence and self-esteem within the first year, just to then drop you and for you to have to reapply to another university. So I think it is the best possible outcome to have such a selective admissions process, because they don't want to waste anyone's time. For now, I understand that this has maybe sounded a little bit pessimistic, but it's not meant to be. Oxford engineering really is on the verge of being impossible, in my opinion. And I just wanted to make that clear. There are some people that are very talented and work hard as well, and find the course achievable, manageable, and they excel, they get the best grades. But this is a very small percentage. Looking back, to be honest, I think most people were in the position that I was. They were just hanging on, they were just keeping up. They were just managing to get through every year by putting in tremendous effort into their work. But Oxford engineering is a very unique course. You can put in hours and hours of work into something just for the professor to say, you clearly didn't work hard enough for this, when you know how much you've worked for this. It tests your character and perseverance in a way that nothing else ever has. And I think the way this shapes a person is what makes them a great engineer when they come out of Oxford. It is truly the most humbling experience that I've ever had, but also an insane confidence builder in yourself, just through the fact that you know exactly how much hard work went into everything that you did there. I would say 90% of the kids that go there are probably one of, if not the best student in their school. They come in with huge confidence. But at Oxford, most of them are just average. But then again, it's Oxford, and that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a cohort of the best students from around the world. And that's what I think is the biggest reason why a university is the best in the world at something. It's the students that go there. Can the university collect the best students in the world and put them together for 4 years to work on projects, work on homework together, and just push each other along the way? Obviously, the professors are the best in their fields. They're doing crazy research, they're giving great lectures, but without the students, it would be nothing. Alongside the insane professors, Oxford has the hungriest students, the students that want to learn, that want to put themselves through the work. At Oxford, every library is full all the time. On weekends, on holidays, it's always full. And that pushes you to do more. Even someone that was completely unmotivated, and you put them in Oxford, they will do a lot of work, just because everyone is doing a lot of work. It is a bubble that few get to experience. When you're in it, it's a mix of emotions between being happy, being tired, being excited, but that's just life. And now looking back, if it was any different, it wouldn't really make sense. In order to get students doing engineering to do as much as they do in 4 years, it's the only way to make it achievable. So if you want to get in, give it a shot. Why not? If you want to go to the best university in the world for engineering, that's where you want to be. Keep working hard, keep dreaming big, but just no one told me that getting to Oxford is the first step. Afterwards, it's accepting your destiny for the next 4 years and what it will look like. So I hope this video gave a little bit of context of exactly what it looked like for me and, in my opinion, for most engineering students there. It's great to have big dreams, but what I forgot to do, and maybe that's a good thing, is to realize that Oxford is the first step, and then comes the 4 years of work like you've never seen before. So yeah, apply. Best of luck to everyone studying engineering. I know quite a few of you asked for this type of video to explain my thoughts on the course, and let me know how it goes. Good luck.